Welcome to LSC, your local sports channel, and to Group 3A playoff. It's Saturday afternoon, November the 28th, 2015. We have 11-1 Phoebus Phantoms playing host to the 10-2 Poquoson Islanders. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Hintz, along with my partner Brent Musgrove, and we have Steve Fry on camera. The first meeting for these two schools ever. Phoebus comes in with a great running attack, and the Poquoson Islanders with a great lineman. Brent, you have some contacts or some connections over there with the Islanders, and what's your take on the game today?
Well, I hear it all because, like I say, I have a daughter and her husband and granddaughter who cheers JV for Poquoson, and then a good friend, Jamie Price, who's the brother-in-law of my daughter. He's probably the #1 fan for the Bay River District for Poquoson and some of those teams over there. And we talk every week almost about something going on, and you've been with us when we've done basketball and different things. And he kept us posted on York, and he was pretty much right on. And now he's talking about Poquoson, and I don't want to get into predictions because I don't want to get him in trouble. But I thank Jamie and everybody, and I have to tell you right now, my wife and daughter and granddaughter and everybody who's ever happened to be on the other side of the field today, which just happens to be the Poquoson side. But my wife wore a gold sweatshirt, and when I asked about that, she said, well, that's pretty much both teams, isn't it? She said,
there you go.
I can be neutral about this, but let's talk about the game. You want to do the official?
Yeah, I see him out in the middle of the field, and this is Jim Mayhew's group. He is the referee. The umpire is Will Gibbs. The head linesman, John Lewis. The line judge, Tony Krug. Side judge, Sean Whitfield. The field judge, Haywood Gosby, and then we got Mangenius Jackson, who is a back judge. I love that name.
I do too.
Mangenius. Dog. Anyway, okay, they're doing the pregame. Brent, a little bit of thought on the Islanders.
Well, they run a very tight, very disciplined offense. And they have 3 of their rushers are close to 1,000 yards if you stop and look at what they're doing. They run a very disciplined, what do you call it, wing tee?
Yeah, double wing tee.
Double wing tee.
Yes.
And a lot of schools in Hampton in the past, as well as Phoebus, have had trouble with that. Although Phoebus has seen that already this year when they played Woodside, a Division VI program. And they won that game. So it's going to be interesting. Poquoson's very disciplined, very within themselves, and not the biggest team that Phoebus is going to face or has faced all year. But they're very disciplined. Quarterback's good. We know about him. We've got some friends that grandfather.
Grandfather Jimmy Hicks.
And his mother is a friend of my wife's. So it's all kinds of connections here. It's going to be interesting. The biggest thing about it is, if you look at the size of the teams, it really is something to think about. All right, let's see what they do on the field here.
Well, what they did is Phoebus won the toss, deferred to the second half. Poquoson will defend the east goal, and they will receive.
There we go. While they're getting set up, let me just talk about that. Now, Poquoson's going to come out on the field, and their offensive line averages 211 pounds, their front 5. And Phoebus's defensive front 4 average 221. Okay? And if you just to go on and finish that up, defensively, Poquoson averages 201 pounds on their front 4, and Phoebus averages on their front 5 for offense 238. So we're talking about some size difference here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting as to what's going to happen. The center for the Poquoson offense is Bradshaw. The guards are Jones and Watkins. The tackles Townley and Buchanan. The tight end is Peck. Wideout is Blazer. We got 3 halfbacks, Jackson, Pulteney, Freeman, and the quarterback is Trey Hicks. On defense for the Phantoms, we have tackles Johnson and Davila, the end Smith and Battle Patterson, the middle linebacker is Horn, the outside backers are Ryder and Branch, corners Pope and Carter, the safety is Gregory and Lewis. And kicking off is our buddy Stephon Tompkins. We like him because he's got he can kick with the right foot, he can kick with the left foot, and is deadly when it comes to onside kicks.
He has been quite interesting for us to watch all year long, hasn't he, Bob?
He has that.
Well, it's a little pooch type of kick. Oh, pick it up on the run, number 16.
That was a good move.
Yep.
The knee was stopped, looked like just crossed the 35, maybe about the 37. And that was number 16 that got that ball. That was Cole Jackson, 5'9", 170 junior. And they're going to spot it at the 37.
On the tackle for the Phoebus Phantoms, number 52, Devon Gates.
All right, first play from scrimmage between these two teams. Like you've said earlier, this is the first time
They've ever met. And what are they, 10 miles apart?
Yeah.
That was a personal foul against the Phoebus Phantoms. It'll be a 15-yard walk-off with the Islanders in.
Haven't even had a first play yet and already a penalty.
A 15-yarder, and what's that on?
A personal foul. That's going to put the ball inside of Phoebus territory at the 47.
Well, that's not a smart move to make. And it could be taunting, it could be anything. But what it is a 15-yarder. And we'll see Trey Hicks underneath center. In his backfield, he's got Kyle and Dylan straight ahead on the right side. Picked up a couple yards. Polteny got the number 22, Brent. I didn't see who made the tackle. Picked up, about 2 yards?
Giving him 1. And now he's moving it to 2.
Yeah, it looks like, to me it looks 2. So.
Well, he's kept moving the stick.
You got to, I'm not sure where I want to go with that stick yet.
Yeah.
All right, we see Trey Hicks back under center.
Second and
got
8.
Wing back on the right side.
Handoff.
Nowhere to go. Picked up maybe a yard.
Well, they're marking him. Right now, they haven't marked it, but he got him no gain. So.
And that's Cole Jackson, the halfback.
Cole Jackson.
For no gain.
Making the stop for the Phantoms.
That brings up a 3rd down and 8, Bob.
Well, and I don't know what kind of passing attack that the Poquoson has.
According to my sources in Poquoson, this young man, Mr. Hicks, has done quite well throwing the ball. They don't throw unless they have to, but they say he's pretty good.
Well, we'll see what kind of pressure they put on him. But they're not going to pass the ball. The wingback came around on the right-hand side, and that's number 24?
Freeman.
And Dylan Freeman.
He picked up 5.
But still 4th and a long 3.
Yep.
And now we got in the backfield kicking. It looks like number 9. Is that who that is? I don't have him as my kicker.
I'm trying to pick up a number, Bob.
Now, I was watching kick the beginning, and it looked like a left-footed kicker.
Number 9.
No, it went off to the right side of his foot, went out of bounds. Number 9
was the punter, yeah.
Yeah, that's Colton Hicks. That's the other Hicks boy. Now, he's just a freshman, and he's 6'1", and his brother's 5'10". And so this young man's going to grow a little bit. Left-footed kicker, so I'm assuming he's a left-handed quarterback.
All right, let's talk about Phoebus right now. They held them on Poquoson on their first series, three and out.
3 and out.
And all 3 running plays, and that's what Poquoson likes to do. And now they have the ball at the 13-yard line, and we'll get a chance. We'll give you Phoebus' offense right now. At center is Melton, 2 guards Johnson and Lazarus.
Becknell straight ahead, Brent. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Tackles, Davidia and Cargo. Tight end is Green. Wideouts are Carter and Jackson. Fullback Holloway. Running back Becknell and quarterback Wright. And the defense for Poquoson, let's just go right there where we got it. The 2 tackles are Peck and O'Byrne. The ends are Young and Schuler. The linebackers are Hennessy, Hess, and Polteny. The cornerbacks are Blazer and Jackson, and the safeties are Hicks and Donegan.
Again, Becknell breaks it and gets the first down across the 25-yard line. Going to spot him at about the 26-27. Found a little seam that time. First time I've seen Phoebus come out with 2 wideouts at the bottom of the screen. Brent, you and I have done a lot of games with the Phantoms and had not seen that. Number 5 is back down. Is Trey Hamlin, but he had somebody with him last time. 2 wideouts in the eye. Straight ahead, and I tell you, had to do a little dancing to pick up a yard.
They sent linebackers. Poquoson sent linebackers right in there at the handoff and picked up a yard.
Looked like to me that
Number 32.
number 81, Brandon Peck, was in on the stop along with some others.
Well, Poquoson's going to swarm to the ball. They're very disciplined, and they go to the ball well.
2nd and 9,
4 down line.
right under center. Becknell gets it again and nowhere to go. Great job that time by number 54 for Poqouson right down in the bottom, and that's Eric Schooner. He's 6 foot, 200-pound senior.
There's no gain there, Bob.
None. So we got 3rd and 9, and a friend up here is flying around.
Well, let's see if Wright goes to the air. The last two games we've watched him, he has really come out and made a statement.
Well, you see who come in with the play. Number 10 is the top of the screen, and that's Elijah Nelson, and we like him. He has got great hands. And right in number 5's hand and dropped it, and that was Trey Hamlin. And you don't see that very often, but that's going to bring up a kicking situation for the Phoebus Phantoms.
And I've heard you talk about this before. That's not fair to put that incompletion on the quarterback. He hit the man right in the numbers, right in that.
Yeah, and but it goes against him. You're right. It's
just not fair. They ought to have a special little asterisk place on there. Drop by receiver.
All right, Tyler Nelson, the junior, 5'10", 175, is the punter. He does that rugby-style kick. 24 did a great job of getting that ball down. Dylan Freeman, 5'10", 165 senior. And they've got great field position again, and that being the Islanders. Ball looks like it's on the 46-yard line.
Yeah, right at the 46. And so here's Poquoson's second attempt at offense. Let's see if they're going to change anything.
Well, they're going to kind of feel each other out a little bit. I thought Phoebus was running the ball real good, and then boom, the Islanders made a nice adjustment, brought the linebackers in and just stopped them 3 runs, and they picked up 1 yard. Here we go on a sweep, and it's number 16 wide. Voids 1 tackle, gets all the way across the 50, and that's Cole Jackson.
Islander ball carrier number 16, Cole Jackson, goes right.
I'm trying to see. It looks like they're going to pick up about 8, Bob. Depends on where they spot it.
Bringing it down initially for the number 42, Peyton Ryder.
Peyton Ryder, the young man who is a freshman that we like, ended up making the tackle. He's one of the outside linebackers, second, and looks like a 2 to me.
Well, they had a shot at him at the line of scrimmage, but Jackson
he did a great
stiff
job.
arm and just kept the defender off.
Absolutely. And again, they tried that coming to the left side, and that was Freeman, and he lost back to the 50-yard line. And if they mark it at the 50, that means it's a long 5,
Lost 3.
3rd and 5. But the defense did a great job of penetration that time, never got a chance to get to the edge at all.
So this brings up a 3rd down, like you're saying, right at 6.
Yeah, that's 6. You're absolutely right.
Let's see if they go to the air here. They got 3 receivers.
Well, it's the first time I've seen Trey in the backfield, and the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, so incomplete, brings up a 4th down and 6. Trey Hicks back in the shotgun that time, Brett. I think it's the first time I've seen him back there.
Yeah, first time I saw that, and the line was what broke that up. Somebody got their hands up.
Yeah, and that's what you teach the lineman. You can't get to the passer, get your hands up, and maybe you can block. And they did. He did. Whoever that was, and I didn't catch it.
But here's a second kick for the Islanders, and
this is the other Hicks kid. Much better kick this time, but again, it's going to go out of bounds. Well, look at that inside the.
Oh.
That was inside the 5-yard. What a great punt that time. Wow.
Phoebus got to take over at the 5-yard so far. Now, Phoebus usually likes to defer because they feel if they stop the other team that they can get field position. But that 15-yard penalty before the first play changed all of that.
Yeah, it really did. But that was a great punt by Colton Hicks that time. Now, Colton, his brother is the quarterback. Colton is 6'1", 170 freshman.
I'm glad somebody else has that feed bill. That's what we're talking about.
And his dad is one of the coaches that's been coaching there. Jayheck's been there quite a while.
So far, Phoebus has run 5 offensive plays, and 4 of them have been to Becknell, and here's another one.
Becknell looks like he's close to a first down.
It's going to be a little short if they mark it on that line. It's going to pick up about 9.
And number 10 for the Poqouson Islanders,
got a
Trevor.
flag in the backfield, Bob.
We got a holding call, so that goes for naught. But Trevor Dunigan was in on the stop, but this will be a spot foul, so it'll be half the distance. And I want to congratulate Jim Mayhew and his group. They are going to do one of the state semifinals, and Bill Dozier's group's going to do one of the finals. So straight ahead to the big boy, the big fullback, and he got nothing, and that was Jalen Holloway, the junior 220, 5'9", but he was met right at the line of scrimmage.
Did move the flags, so that's going to bring up a second down.
Second down and long.
About 13.
They're on the 3, Brent.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, Justin Wright did a great job of avoiding the.
Should be a flag over there. I don't know.
And there is a flag was thrown. He was tackled out of bounds. A good job by Justin Wright that time. Seeing nobody was open, took it, went around the left side, and picked up the first down. And there was a flag, and we'll see what Jim Mayhew has to say. And it's against the Poqouson. Late hit, 15 yards from that point. So it goes from the 15 all the way up to the 30.
That was a 14-yard scamper by Wright for a first down.
And then he added another 15 to that. Brent, the ball is going to be spotted at the 31-yard line. So that gives him some breathing room.
That's the first penalty against Poqouson.
We've had
2 against Phoebus for 25 yards.
Well, that really wasn't a 10-yarder down here. It was only half the distance.
No, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, but that little one.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you, good job that time by Becknell hanging on the ball, but boy, number 10, Dunigan, Trevor, 5'7", 155.
Loss of a yard.
Man, I tell you, he's a senior backup quarterback safety. He came up and did a great job that time of meeting Mr. Becknell as they got the ball. And Elijah Nelson, number 10, comes in. He's going to get at the top of your screen, and down here at the bottom of your screen, you're going to have number 12, Andre Jackson. Those are the 2 guys that caught a couple touchdown passes in the last game. Oh, just a little air under it, but I'm going to be on the quarterback side this time, because Jackson went down and just kind of hesitated a little bit, and then tried to catch up to the ball, and that was one that he wishes he would have just kept right on running, because it would have been 6 points right there.
Yeah, he had already beat his man by 5-7 yards. And like you say, if he'd have just gone wide out, the ball been on the money. It was a good throw.
All right, we got 3rd and 11 to go. Ball is on the 30. Wright is in the pistol. And now we got a flag. Illegal substitution. No, it was illegal substitution because one of the guys wasn't in there, so that means that now it's, instead of 11, it's going to be 16.
Well, if you remember last week, Phoebus started out the same way. They had 8 penalties in the first half for 80 yards.
Yeah.
Remaining in the first quarter.
Jeremy Blunt wants to know what's going on, so he's going to make sure everybody's on the same page, and you got to do that. And the kid was not in the huddle, came from out of bounds, and the quarterback tried to get him go at the other end of the field, and as soon as he started moving, then there was a penalty thrown.
Monroe is up 3-0 over Hopewell.
Well, it brings up a situation. Penalties now have hurt Phoebus a little bit.
Well, this is not the first time, but I do want to talk a little bit about this Becknell kid, 1,000-yard runner. Let me throw some names at you. David Brown, Maurice Turner, T.J. Carrington, Antoine Womack, Travis McWright, Elon Lewis, Dennis Mathis, Sean Alston, Colby Goodman, Tyree Lee, Tony Pittman, Desmond Belford, Marshawn Williams, and Joe Mary Becknell. All 1,000-yard rushers, 15 in a row for the Phoebus Famines. He ended up trying to run it. Maybe got back his a little more than his penalty yardage, but it's going to be a 4th and 8. Him being Justin Wright. Nobody was open, and that's a smart quarterback.
Yeah.
If he's not open,
Get what you can.
yeah, don't try to force it in there.
Back for their second punt.
And then we have the young man that kicks like a rugby player, and that's Tyler Nelson. Nice punt.
Good recovery.
Yeah, it really did. He dropped the ball, got it, and that'd be number 9 for the Islanders, Colton Hicks.
As you look at that game, though, he is looking right into the sun on that punt.
Yeah.
And you look at the shadows. I mean, he was trying to take it on his left side, and he was looking right into the sun. So it brings up a 1st and 10 for Poqouson. Each time they've gotten the ball, they've been a little bit back further toward their own end zone.
So you're thinking Phoebus is moving
Slowly getting a little bit of Phoebus.
Let's see what the Islanders on the 3rd possession can do. We got the straight ahead.
Out their handoff goes number 24, Dylan Freeman.
22.
Freeman got the ball tackled by
22 had the ball.
22. 22 is Poltney, and 88, Kashawn Battle Patterson in on the stop.
Picked up 4.
He is the defensive end. He picked up 4 yards. Ball at the 39.
Poquoson's yet to get a first down, so they picked up 4 on the first one. They like to run. Hicks underneath the center.
Yeah. Peyton Ryder was going to shoot the gap, and he tried to stop, and I think he twisted his ankle because he slid.
Another 5-yard penalty. It's going to make it 2nd and 1.
It will be encroachment against the Phantoms.
They got Ryder coming out.
5 yards. It'll make it 2nd and 1.
Ryder kind of tweaked his ankle a little bit. We watched him last week. He hurt it at the beginning of the game and kind of. Number 4 for the Phantoms finally run down the running back, and that was Daquan Lewis. But I believe he picked up the first down.
Picked up
Picked up enough for an Islander first down.
And who was that?
16.
16. Jackson.
That's the first Poquoson first down with 2:48 to go in the first quarter.
Well, they had a little help with that penalty.
Yeah, but that's the first
But
down.
first down is a first down. You don't care how you get it. And a good job that time by number 25, Aaron Branch, turning that play back inside.
16 again.
Just right, not picked up anything, and that was Jackson again on the run. So it'll be 2nd and 10. The ball is spotted at the 47-yard line.
But what's interesting about that, when the people watch this, is how the ends for Phoebus are sealing that in. They're stopping that wide play for the
And they're
most part.
making him go back in where the tacklers are. Absolutely.
And that's his job.
Trey Hicks under center. Going back to pass. Nice pass. He just threw it to where that guy was going to be, and that was number 24, Freeman.
Number 24, Dylan Freeman.
And it's just short of a first down. So it'll be 3rd down and 1.
9-yard gain on the play.
And I'm watching Peyton Ryder. He's on the bike down there trying to get loosened
I
up.
gave him the first down.
They did give him the first down. First, he didn't give it to him. And then, well,
I don't understand, but okay.
well, they got first down. Let's go with that.
That's right.
Ball is spotted at the 43. Straight ahead. Nice hole there. 20. Oh, man, he's way down there. Finally tackled by number 12, Andre Jackson. And that's Poltney again. Kyle, who's 5'8", 170 senior on this team. I tell you, the Poqouson got a little bit of
Spunk.
a little bit of momentum after that first down, and now running with a little more confidence. You can see the kids going back to the huddle. You're a little bounce in their step.
Well, not only Phoebus appears to be sending 1 or 2 linebackers every time, and if they beat that first line, see, there they come.
Yep, straight ahead again.
Yep, beats that first second. That's number 22 again. They're riding Poultry pretty good.
Number 22, Cal Poltney.
He picked up 4.
So Darius Horn was in on a tackle. Poltney again, number 22, one of the workhorses, picked up 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 8, Islanders.
Inside handoff on that wing back coming back, number 24, Freeman. And that's that misdirection. You think it's going one way, and everybody goes one way, and he comes back against the grain. Picked up almost enough for a first down. Are they going to measure?
I think he's got it.
Well, let's see what they're doing. It looks like they may have a measurement here. So he's either going to be a first down or 3rd and real short. That's first down.
Yep.
Islanders pick up a first down.
Ball spotted at the 16-yard line.
Now, let me just tell you how this is going. They got this ball this time inside their own territory, and they've gotten 4 first downs on this drive. Had no first downs until this possession. This is their 3rd possession. So,
well, I think they've got some confidence,
yes.
Brent, and that's a big deal when you play high school football. You got to have a little bit of confidence.
This is what they do, that misdirection. And the quarterback straight ahead. Hicks straight ahead.
Hicks straight ahead, went all the way down to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Pick up 7 yards. They're coming back a little bit.
He plows ahead for 6 yards.
Yep. Hicks
Going to be on the 7. It'll be 2nd and 3, picked up 7 yards.
Yeah.
Into the first quarter, no score. After 12 minutes, we have 12-minute quarters in high school football. And right now, the Islanders are threatening.
And let's just go over the first quarter real quick. Every time Phoebus has started to make a move, they've shot themselves in the foot with a penalty.
Well, we saw that last week.
Yep. First half, they killed themselves with penalties. And so far, they've started out right now, and I think they got 4. Let me just check. Yeah, I've got them down for 5 penalties now for 38 yards. And you can't do that, be successful all the time.
No, you're absolutely right.
And Poquoson is doing what they like to do. They're showing a little bit of ground control. And that was a nice play, that quarterback straight up the middle. First time in the quarter, first time in the game, he just took the ball and went straight ahead.
He'd been handing the ball off every time they were running the ball, and this time faked the handoff and just kept the ball, and everybody went with the one he faked to.
Yep. Now, Poquoson's got the ball at 2nd and 4 on the 8 yard line, I believe. And they can get a first down, whether they get the touchdown on this series or not.
And that's a big thing.
That's big.
Being able to get a first down before you get to the end zone.
And you're inside the 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what kind of defense the Phantoms can pull up on this group. Trey Hicks under center, number 7.
It'll be 2nd and 3.
Hands off to 22, and he is hit immediately.
May have lost a yard on that one. I'm not sure.
That's number 88 on the tackle. And again, that's Keyshawn Battle Patterson, just a junior, 6'3", 205, plays that defensive end.
But no gain anyway.
Well, it lost a little bit, I believe, Brent, because it looks like it's 3rd and about 3, almost 3.
Well, it was on the 8 when they spotted it, and I'm just looking at where it is
It
now.
looks like it's about at the 7. Let's see what happens. Trey back underneath center, number 7. 24 in motion, gets the ball. He got the first down. Great job that time. That wingback coming around got that ball, number 24. That is Freeman. And it'll be 1st and goal. And Phoebus is sending in a little bit of beef. Number 62 is checking into the lineup, and that is Taquan Johnson, 6', 265 defensive tackle.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Hicks again, straight ahead with number 22, just short. Oh, wait a second. It looked like he was going to scrum it in there for a minute. And that is Poultney.
Out of the ball carrier, number 22, Cal Poultney.
That is on the 1-yard line, and he was tackled, Brent, by the right side, left side of the defense for the Phantoms, and I'm talking a bunch of people in there.
2nd and goal at the 1. Well, Poqouson will make quite a statement. They get this ball in.
Yes, they will. Hicks is trying to get in. Looks like he got in. Let's see what the signal.
Nobody's called it yet. Yep,
And it is a signal. Hicks called his own number, took it in, and now it's 6-0 in favor of the Islanders. And I tell you, head coach Elliot Duty's done a great job getting these young men ready to go against this Phoebus Phantoms, which is not a slouch team. And now we're going to have an extra point. Number 10 is holding, and that is Dunnigan. And 11 kicking, Casimiligo.
Him.
And I call him Chris.
Islander kick is up.
And it's good.
Point after touchdown is
7-0 in favor of the Islanders. And that all started, Brent, if you come back, they had 3rd and 6, and Peyton Ryder went offside, gave them a 3rd and 1, and they got that first down and moved right on down the field.
Yep.
And I'm not pointing out Peyton Ryder. It could have been anybody, but that penalty, sometimes that'll do it. What do you got for us?
Well, what I'm saying right now, Poqouson has 6 first downs on that drive.
Wow, that's awesome.
I mean, they're taking it little chunks at a time, and they did it all on the ground, and it looked really good. And they only had, just to give it back to you, they only have 1 penalty for 15 yards. Phoebus.
Is that 5?
Huh?
Phoebus is at 5?
5 penalties for 38 yards. And they've come at crucial times. So let's see if Phoebus gets focused here now. Poquoson's got to be feeling good. They dominated that drive. They did. They were able to make it happen with their offense, and that's what everybody's told me. So they got a disciplined offense, and their size is not making much difference because they're getting gaps.
Yep, and that's what you do. You look for the not only the gaps but the little creases, and you get inside. But a misdirection play to the wingback. He's picked up the big first down there. Just took it down to the 1-yard line, and then Hicks took it across.
That was a great play by Freeman on that sweep down there to get the ball down to the 2-yard line. Uh-oh.
And that could be it, number 5 for the Phantoms, and that's Trey Hamlin. And you can see he caught that ball on the run, Brent. And nothing will hurt you any worse than you score, take the lead, and you turn right back around, and in about 12, 13, 14 seconds, it could be tied up.
Are you kidding me?
A hold.
I didn't see a flag anywhere. I still don't see it.
Boy, I tell you, Phoebus is really getting it. Oh, man.
Do you see a flag?
No, it's right there, right where the official's standing, right at the 34-yard line.
Oh, come on. Right now, the officials have more yardage than Phoebus does.
Yeah, that's a shame.
You'll see that. Hopefully, get on replay. You will see that looked like a clean block to me. And one guy's all he had to beat.
Yeah, that's. I tell you, the Phoebus Phantoms are feeling like somebody a snake bit them. They're playing more than 11 players out there, and that's what they're feeling like right now. Great crowd over there on the Poquoson side of the field, and we got a great crowd on this side. Good day for football. The temperature's in the 60s. There's not much wind. Now Phoebus is going to have to march the ball down to tie this game. And they haven't had a lot of luck. They've only had a couple first downs. Becknell is tackled after picking up about 8 yards.
They're going to give him 9.
Trevor Donegan is making the stop, number 10, but they gave him 9 yards.
Well, this may be what Phoebus needs if they can sustain a drive here, Bob.
But they've got to get a drive going. They've got to score during this second quarter. And it's picked up again, and that was Becknell. And Becknell's going to get the ball most of the time. That's number 11, 1,000-yard rusher. Ball's going to be spotted at the 39-yard line. 27, Chuck Hess making the stop that time for the Islanders. 5'10", 200-pound senior. You got blocking back in there, number 40, Jalen Holloway. And now we got a timeout.
Poquoson.
I didn't see any hold, but again, I wasn't looking at the line.
I was watching the runner, and there was only one guy that had a shot at him, and he was blocked clean. I mean, unless it was something in the middle of the field we couldn't see, I sure didn't see it. And I sure didn't see the flag go down when the play went by there. That's all I can tell you. He must have thrown it under his feet and stepped on it.
Well, and all hats off to the coaching staff. They didn't raise a whole lot of static over there because it's called. What are you going to do about it? It's called. You can't change. He's not going to change it. No. I've not seen an official make a change yet, and I don't care if it's football, basketball, or baseball, what.
We did see him make a change because we saw a penalty be marked off earlier this year. There, after discussion, they took it back 2 yards. Remember that? We ain't figured that out yet.
No.
We have an official friend. We won't get into names. He couldn't figure it out.
He couldn't figure it out. The Becknell is tackled before he got to the line of scrimmage, but number 5 wrapped up his legs before he could get in there, and that's Donovan Edwards, 6'1", 116 freshman.
I thought that was number 40 ran that. I may be wrong.
Well, it was 40 run. I'm talking about the tackler. It could have been 40. But he was tackled before he got before he got to the line of scrimmage, but still picked up about
3 yards.
Almost 3 yards.
Oh, come on.
He just not throwing the ball right. The first one, he didn't put enough air underneath it, so the guy put too much air, and that time he just was a straight shot.
Line drive, and he had the man.
And that's young man who's got great hands. You get the ball, you usually get it close to him, and Elijah Nelson will catch that ball. Third down and longs. 7 yards.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Phoebus Phoenix.
But Phoebus, have they got any completions yet?
They got one for -1 yard. And that was to Hamlin.
Again, overthrown and intercepted by number 6. And that's Blaster, Matthew Blaster, the 6'1", 185 senior. But that ball was intended for number 12, Andre Jackson, and was way over his head. Justin Wright is really having trouble zeroing in on his players. He's over the head, he's just not
Leading them too much. And
he's just not.
I've never seen him try to put so much zip on the pass.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening.
Well, good to see Peyton Ryder, number 42, one of the outside backers, back in for the Phantoms. Phoebus will get the ball at their own 45.
Poqouson.
I'm sorry, Poquoson, and Trey Hicks back under center, hands it off to the big kid, lost his helmet. Helmet came off.
Islanders give it to number 30.
Peyton Ryder in on the stop, and that was number 32 carrying the ball. Robert Hensley, 5'10", 200-pound sophomore. Picked up maybe a yard. They're going to give him a yard. 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Hicks back under center. Got a man in motion, but coming back the other way. Number 3 got the ball. He was hit first by Peyton Ryder and then stopped by somebody else. Lost a couple yards maybe.
That was Freeman, number 9, that got that handoff.
And they back to the original line of scrimmage.
Sure
So
looked like he got tackled in the backfield.
I thought he did too. Peyton Ryder shot the gap, got in the backfield that time. So now we've got
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, one wide out at the top of the screen. He didn't even go into the huddle. Trey Hicks back to pass. And it's out of bounds. Incomplete, so that'll bring up a punting situation.
Will be incomplete, out of bounds.
And that should bring 4th down. Let's see what they're going to do. They got a different punter in this time. Yeah, no, it's the same punter. It's Colton Hicks, the freshman left-footed kicker.
Nice punt. Get away from it. Why?
I just don't understand why these guys.
From Phoebus are standing around him.
But I am impressed with Colton Hicks' punt.
Nice punt.
And that's down to just outside. Yeah, I would have called it a 16, Brent, but what a great punt. Left-footed.
Yep.
Phoebus has got a 85 yards to go.
7:17 to go in the 2nd quarter. And Phoebus has just not been able to sustain. And we're going to talk about it. They have had 3 passes that have just missed.
A couple of them could have been touchdowns.
Could have been touchdowns. They just have missed their receivers.
Justin Wright under center. Hand off to our buddy, Mr. Backnell, and he ran into 2 people. Number 27 was the one who made the tackle.
Could have been a face mask right there.
Very close to it. Number 16 was also in on the stop. That's Cole Jackson. Picked up a yard.
That's it. Bucknell's got 7 carries for 23 yards.
Well, he come around at the end. There was 2 people unblocked.
Yeah, waiting for him.
They said they were delivering the mail. Hand off again to Becknell. He's tackled by his number 81 for the Brandon Peck. Brandon Peck, 6'1", 195 senior.
Picked up another 3, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
That's all. Yep, 3rd and 6, and Phoebus just cannot get a second and third and short.
No.
They've been long everywhere, but you got to take your hat off to the Islanders. They're playing tremendous football out here today. Back to pass. Nice pass this time, but to number 5, and that's Trey Hamlin.
He got a first down.
Number 5, Trey Hamlin.
And he called him out of bounds, and it looks like a first down. Yes, just about a yard in the head. So that puts the ball at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Poqouson.
For the Phantoms.
I'm sorry, for the Phantoms. They both start with a P. They're messing me up. 6 minutes to go in the first half of play. The Phantoms and the Islanders. That's what I ought to do. That way I don't get too mixed up. And I'll probably still get mixed
I
up.
knew you'd work it around to get it solved.
And we go with Becknell again.
He's tied up. Oh,
there was a lace hit and nothing.
Yes, sir, there it is.
He finally.
Yes, sir, that's targeting right there.
Yeah, they come in late after he was down.
Yes, sir. That was no doubt about that.
You can't be hitting after the man is down. You can't be targeting. And that's exactly what you called. You're right, Brent. It's targeting 15 yards from that point.
Should be a blow to the helmet, and it will be accepted by the Phantom.
Should take up to about the 44-yard line. That's exactly where he's putting it. 1st and 10 for the Phoebus Phantoms from that point.
1st and 10 Phantom.
5:34 to go in the second quarter, and Poquoson with a 7-point lead. Phoebus trying to get a sustained drive going. He's back to there he is, wide open.
And that's Trey Hamlin, and he deserves it. He's the one that won that kickoff back, Brent.
Yep.
But that was a.
From the 44.
It came from the 44, Brent. So you got 56 yards.
I was going to say 40.
I mean, tell you, was he wide open?
Yes, he was. He just went right by the defender. I think Poqouson counts on getting pressure quicker than that, and he just couldn't believe he got behind.
Yeah, and just makes me feel good that he ends up with the touchdown after running that punt kickoff back. So we'll say Tompkins in to try the point after. And it looks good, and it is good. We got a tie game, 7-7, with 5:24 to go in the first quarter. And Brent, again, what happened before the touchdown penalty? Remember, that's what happened and got Poqouson going. Same thing here, that 15-yard targeting play, boom.
Well, what surprised me is when we get to look at this again, he just flew right by the defender. It's like the defender just didn't believe he was going.
But, you know, that's the first time I've seen Wright in this series back in, not underneath center.
Yeah.
He was back in the pistol.
But Hamlin just went right by him. And he had time to wait for the ball. I mean,
yeah.
Wright did the right thing. He'd been overthrowing his receiver, so he just hung it up there and let Hamlin make the play. And the defender was so far away, he couldn't catch up.
Yeah.
And not many people going to catch Hamlin anyway.
No, that's true. You got a good point there.
Starting even, it's going to be hard to catch.
Well, I know the coaching staff with Jeremy Blunt as the head coach over here at the Phantoms, and finally they feel like maybe something's going their way a little bit. They'd give a little momentum, switching back to the Phantoms. They stopped the Poqouson last time. Colton Hicks came in, great kick, and but that targeting, that was it, that penalty. Caught it about the 10-yard line. And he got nothing. Got maybe picked up about 12 yards. Looked like they're going to spot it about the 22.
How about, 28-7. About the 27.
I'm sorry, you're right, 27.
This field has been used so much, it's hard to read them in the middle of it. Anyway, between the 30s and the 30s, they kind of faded out. You got to go 1, 2, 3. Hey.
All right.
Especially given our old eyes.
I don't want to go into that part. But
I know it's not foggy out there, but when I look out there, it looks that way.
All right, there. Poqouson Islanders, 1st and 10. Trey Hicks under center.
16 in motion.
Polteny is behind him, and nothing. Defense is kind of riled up there a little bit.
Met him in the backfield that time.
Big 75 making the tackle for the Phantoms. And that's Anthony Davila, senior. He is 6'1", 210.
The last several games we've seen Phoebus, they have played poorly in the first half, and then something happens in the second quarter, and it gets them fired up. I don't know if that's going to maintain its course or not, but they've come back after that touchdown. They
loss of 2 that time. You're right. Little Hicks, nice little angle that time. Pass. Nobody picked up the back coming out of the backfield. Cole Jackson.
That 14.
Looked like he picked up a first down that time. Stopped by Deshaun Pope. Just a junior, 5'8", 155.
Nice little pass out of the backfield. Nicely done. It's what we call that drag play.
Yeah, it was, and nobody picked him up until he was already past the first down marker. 1st and 10, Hickson rolling out. Got number 16 wide open. Wow, what a nice pass. Just threw it up and let him run underneath it, and that being Cole Jackson.
The ball is going to be on the 21.
Number 22 for the Phantoms, Jeffrey Matthews, was back there defending. But I tell you, Poquoson is really showing me something. You give up a long touchdown pass, and they come right back, move that ball down the field. That's about 3 or 4 first downs, isn't it, Brent?
Yeah.
On this drive.
Well, that's only 2 on this drive. They've hit him so long.
Big 72 underneath on the center, and the Brent Bradshaw. Trey Hicks under center.
Number 22 with the ball, and he is stopped dead.
And that'd be Polteny. Kyle Polteny got back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopped by the Phantom defenders. Credit the initial tackle of Damian Charity, number 20 of the Phantoms.
The Phantoms, number 20, Damon Charity, just a sophomore, in on the stop that time.
Well, I have to tell you,
One of the stoppers, anyway.
I'm impressed with 2 things. Hicks delivering the ball like we talked about before the game, but the other thing is the ability for the receivers to get behind Phoebus.
Yeah.
Done that a couple of times to get behind.
Well, I'm impressed with the way Hicks throws the ball, and they look like they had movement on the field, and it's going to be a 5-yard illegal procedure against Poquoson. Brings up, instead of a 2nd and 9, be 2nd and 14. But, you know, it's hard to get your one that was inside lineman, and once you put your hand down, you cannot move, you can't rock, you can't lift that hand up.
Yeah, he just rocked a little bit there.
All right, Freeman is right behind. Hicks is in the shotgun, or it's just a handoff to the right side. Kind of slipped, helped a little bit going down, number 9 making the stop. Deshaun Pope.
I don't think they gave him any gain, did they? Maybe lost a yard.
Yeah, I'm watching the llama. Yeah, he moved it back a yard, lost a yard, so it's 3rd and 15 for the Poquoson. But I don't look for them. I don't know how good a field goal kicker they got, but this could be 4-down territory for them.
That would be a 42-yard field goal from this spot.
Hicks in the shotgun. Back to pass.
Threw it at the ground.
He had to throw. He was really pressured that time by big number 75 and number 8. 75 being the Davila. I've talked about him quite often, and number 8 is Andre Smith.
Yeah, he had to get rid of that because Phoebus brought an extra man up on the wide side, and he just came free. He was going to try a field goal.
And this is going to be a long one. This is going to be a 43-yarder. And going to bring a different field goal kicker in. Number 30 was in there going to kick, and that was Brett Anderson. And instead they're going to bring in Chris. And he was practicing from this point.
blocked.
And it's blocked.
Pick it up.
And that's Ryder that finally picked it up. I didn't see who got it, but the kicker is hurt. He is down, grabbing his left leg.
Number 42, Peyton Ryder.
And see, that's not roughing the kicker when you, once you block the ball.
Once you hit the ball,
It's wide open.
We have an injured Islander on the field.
we got 1:53 to go in the first half. We got an injury. Let's hope it's not serious. But Phoebus will take the ball over. Looks like they've got it spotted at about the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. And the coaching staff is out there looking at Chris, and it's the left leg, and that's not his kicking leg, that's his plant leg. So if you plant the leg down and somebody runs into you, but he's up and walking off. Great. Getting a good hand from both sides of the field.
I just want to give a shout out to Poquoson Islanders, the people from Poquoson. When you look at those stands over there, we haven't seen that in a long time on the visitor side.
Not on the visitor side, we sure haven't.
Congratulations, City of Poquoson.
The only time I've seen it that way, Hampton and Phoebus played.
Back in the day when Bethel and Hampton.
Yep. But
That's a great crowd over there.
they've got a great following, and the Islanders do. All right. We got Justin Wright going to go under center.
Let's see if they're going to try to do something here in this minute 53.
I don't know, Brent, whether they will or not, but number 55, Kevin Melton, is the and that's the young man. 32 is the young guy I was talking about. That's Daniel or Dennis Wright.
Yeah, picked up 8.
That's Daniel Wright, 33, just a sophomore, 6'1", 210. And here we have...
He's wide, go for the sidelines.
And here comes a flag in. He was out of bounds when he was tackled.
The saddest part of it is the lineman looking to mark the ball. Never reached for a thing.
The other one from the other side. And maybe, I don't know if they're looking at something different for both of them. I don't know. But he was tackled after he got out of bounds. But what you got to do as a defender, you got to say, okay, if by the time I make contact, if he's out of bounds, I got to hold up. I can't hit him. And it is a 15-yard personal foul from the 45. So that's going to take it, I'm sorry, from the 35. They'll take it clear down to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 from that point with 1:27 to go. Score is 7-7. Just about into the second half. I'm sorry, the first half. Getting ready to go in the second half. We got a penalty.
Sideline warning, I hope.
Sideline warning.
And that's the same guy that didn't make a call a minute ago.
Yeah, now he can throw. He just let people know he can throw the flag, I guess. Sideline warning. It just irritates me that sometimes what happens, we got a timeout on the field, that an official has to let himself be known. I control this thing.
That's right.
And that's not the best officials you see. I don't care if it's football, basketball, you don't notice them.
Yeah,
Even when they're blowing the whistle, you don't notice them.
they handle it smoothly.
Yes, he did not handle it well at all. So that was the charged timeout to the Islanders, I guess. Yeah, the Islanders took that timeout, which that's really, if you're Phoebus, you're happy because now you got 2 timeouts moving this ball down the field with 1:27 to go, Brent.
Not all that, but I applaud what the coach did. He wanted to get it. That was a penalty. And good or bad, from their point of view, he wanted to get his boys refocused. Forget that. That's over. Right now, we got to play a minute and 50 seconds.
You can't go back and change that.
That's right. Got to play a minute and 30 seconds now to keep them out of the end zone. So let's do this correctly.
All right, Justin Wright back in the pistol. 3 wideouts at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom.
He missed it.
He had to rush that time. Number 22 was right in his face. In fact, Kyle Poltney could have almost taken that ball out of his hand. He was that close.
And the thing, Wright had a deeper receiver breaking free down the field.
But he was struggling to get to throw that ball. You're absolutely right. We can sit up here and we can see those receivers.
I'm an expert from here.
Oh, yeah?
Well, not quite.
Because I was going to ask you some questions.
Can you remember?
All right, let's see what happens on this series. And that's our main guy.
Nelson,
and he didn't get out of bounds. Only picked up about 4 yards. The clock is still running with 1:11 and counting.
That's his first completion. 1:05 to go. They still have what, 2 timeouts, don't we?
Yeah, they've got 2 timeouts. It's under a minute to go, and now we're going to call timeout, and we've lost about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And, sometimes the coach thinks, okay, we can get going right away. Well, they didn't. But you got to know how your team is walking back to the huddle. They were just taking their time going back with no urgency at all.
Correct. Well, he lost 15 seconds instead of 25. And evidently there was some confusion with the play, like you say. So he's smart timeout where it was, but sometimes you say, you just called a timeout.
It's easy to do. You can't take them with you when you go in at halftime.
The ball's at the 46. It's 3rd down and 6. But more importantly than that, they're 46 yards away from the end zone with 55 seconds to go in the half.
What I think is happening right now with Justin Rice is he's getting more pressure from that the front, not only the front 4 of the Poqouson, but they're bringing in some linebackers.
Yes,
they're not worried about the short pass. They're thinking what's going to hurt us is going to be the long pass.
They can take the time away from him for the receivers to get open.
Right now, if Justin Wright has to scramble to the left, now he's right-handed quarterback trying to throw
across his
running
body
to the left, so he's got to try to square his shoulders and all, and that takes about a fraction of a second, but that's the time to get somebody right in your face. He was under center, and now he lost the ball, and Phoebus lost it, and Poqouson got it. And that looked like that's number 32 for the Islanders. Got it, and that's Robert Hensley, 5'10", 200-pound sophomore. But Jason Wright was trying to get away from the defender, and he just reached out and knocked the ball right out of his hands.
The defender came in unchecked. I mean, he just came right in and put a bear hug on him.
All right, so that puts the ball at the 46-yard line of the Phantoms. We've got 49 seconds to go. Islanders got a chance.
And they have 1 timeout left.
And, well, they can go down the field here. They've been moving the ball pretty good. But they're going to do a reverse. And nobody is there. Nobody is there. Nice block that time.
He did not get in. Oh, no way.
He did give him a touchdown. Phoebus does a great job of pursuit, and when you pursue, a reverse will get you every time. What a great call by Coach Duty.
It was number 22 that ran that in, wasn't it?
Yeah. But there was nobody. I mean, nobody was there.
Sir.
Everybody went to the left. He came back to the right, wide open. And good to see number 11, Chris Cognito, back in there. Evidently wasn't a serious injury, but we do have the final timeout called by the Islanders. They're leading 13-7, and I tell you what, the crew, the fans on this side of the field are stunned. I mean stunned. Phoebus had a chance to go down, maybe kick a field goal, score a touchdown or something, turn the ball over in the first play.
46-yard touchdown.
46-yard touchdown. But I'm like you. I thought he was knocked out of bounds, and the official wasn't sure. He looked down the other end to see if the guy went out of bounds, checking with the other official, and
just
said,
signal touchdown, but he looked like he went out ahead of the pylons.
Yeah.
got hit. But the official was backing away from the play.
All right, see what the Islanders are going to do. They're going to go for 2 now. They brought their kicker back in, Chris. And I do that so I don't mess his name up too many times. The holder is number 10, Dunnigan. Nice pat, good kick, and it looks good. 14-7. Now the Phantoms are going to get the ball to start the second half. They're going to have to go down and score, make a statement.
37 seconds to go, Bob, in the half. You think it's going to be an onside kick?
Well, I tell you what, if it's not onside or out of bounds, it's going to be a squib kick.
Yeah.
But you knew last time they kicked it, and it bounced high, and Trey Hamlin got it on the run and took it in, but then they called it back.
Yeah. The 88-yard return that did not count.
Yeah. What could have been.
That was a great play by Poqouson. The entire far side of Phoebus came this way. The one defender that was in the backfield, he turned and tried to get a piece of the
and
reverse,
he slipped.
And he slipped. His feet went right out from under him. And it was so well disguised that a lot of the Phantoms didn't realize it was a reverse until they got in the third way.
And
back.
see, that's what, if you played ball a long time, you would yell, reverse, reverse, reverse. Somebody's going to pick it up. But he didn't do that because that's not what they've worked on.
Quite a surprise for a lot of people. Phoebus, like you said, these fans over here are very quiet.
Yep. Red Anderson kicking off, and it's a little pooch kick.
Oh, come on, guys. The guy ran over to get in front of the ball.
And Phoebus lost the ball, and it goes over to the Islanders. I tell you, I'm just...
What was wrong was a defender, a receiver, went over to catch it and then stopped right in front of the other receiver, so both of them looked at it. If you're going to catch the ball, go get it. If you're not, get out of the way.
Hey, you got a chance to make another statement here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've got timeout. Phoebus, their last timeout. Nobody's got any timeouts left.
With 34 seconds remaining in the half.
Just not making smart decisions out there today.
2 fumbles and 1 pass interception for Phoebus in the first half. And it just...
And the onside kick, nobody ever had it.
Yeah.
You got to get the ball.
But like I say, it comes down, and one guy runs over to get it and then stops. And the other guy's waiting. It's just completely a mix-up on Phoebus' side. This is 13th game, fans. You've got to have this stuff together.
You would think they would have it together.
I guarantee I'd like to have a microphone in the locker room for Phoebus. They're just not playing their normal sharp game, and I got to give part of that credit to Poqouson.
And not only that, but I think they may have taken Poqouson a little bit.
Don't know it, but it sure looks like that.
Something going on, right?
Yeah.
All right, so your defensive backs got to be aware of the situation. Yeah, try another reverse, come around this side. Why not?
I think it'll take a knee the way they're set up.
Trey Hicks, back to pass.
Laid out, almost caught it.
No good, but I tell you what, he had a better chance than anybody else, and they would have had the ball at about the 5-yard line.
That ball hit him in the hands, Bob.
That was number 6, Matthew Blaster, showed some pretty good speed to get open.
That ball hit
29, was that 29 seconds?
Yeah. That ball hit him in the hands. He laid out for it, and when he came down, it was tough to hold on to, but it was a nice try by the receiver and a nice delivery by Hicks.
No pressure on Hicks. Number 72, Brett Bradshaw, unheralded center, doesn't get much ink, straight ahead. Number 22. And 22 is Poltney. And he was hit by 75 and 27. That's the young man I'm talking about, Cedarius Horn.
I think that's going to be the end of the.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the end of the first half of play with the score. The visiting Poquoson Islanders up 14-7 over the Phoebus Phantoms. And we'll be back for the second half action after this quick timeout.
Telling you what, Bubba.
I am not surprised. I told Edgar wouldn't take a bet. Welcome back to Darling Stadium, November 28th. 2015. This is Saturday afternoon, and Brent, we've got a barn burner here with the Poquoson Islanders leading 14-7 over the Phantoms. What do you have for stats?
I could just say it's been quite a unique first half for both teams. I'll just give you what I got. Poquoson had 21 rushes for 112 yards on the ground, 4 of 8 passing for 61 yards for total yards of 173. They had 5 penalties for 55 yards. Now let's look at Phoebus. They had 16 rushes for 43 yards. That's usually a quarter for Bucknell. They had 4 of 9 passings for 66 yards, but key, 1 interception and 2 fumbles. They had a total of 109 yards, both passing and rushing. And Phoebus had 5 penalties for 38 yards. So penalty-wise, it shakes out pretty even. Of course, we always say when penalties occur are crucial.
It makes a big difference, absolutely.
But you shake it out on the stick. Poquoson's out playing Phoebus in the first half. Now let's see how Phoebus responds. They have been a second half team.
They have been well, especially in the playoffs against Tab and also against York. They would put up more points in the second half, and they will get the ball to start the second half of play, and they're going to try to kick it away, keep it away from the deep man. We'll see what happens. Phantoms need to have made some adjustments, and it's I need to see what it was that they did to start the second half, because if they don't go down and make a statement on the first play, First series, it was an onside kick, and the young man from Phoebus is not going to let that go. And that big number 89, it looks like he got the ball. Tyler Nelson, who is the kickoff man for the Phantoms, puts the ball on the 46-yard line of the Phantoms. 1st and 10 from them. Justin Wright at quarterback. Becknell is the one and running back. The fullback is Jalen Holloway. We'll see what happens. We're going to have a wide out at the top of the field and at the bottom of the field. We got a tight end in, and we'll see what's going to happen. Becknell's going to get the ball. I could have told you that. And he tries to run away, and you cannot run away. This Poquoson team is real fast. And that's number 10 for the Poquoson, and that's Trevor Duncan. And we have called his name many times today. By the way, we will pick a player of the game, both offense and defense, for the Phoebus Phantoms today. That comes from Tidewater Teen Sport, David Chubb and Terry McNamara up there. And the phone number is 595-0411.
Did I say that?
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure. I was just, and here's Becknell. He found the crease, and he's still going down to the 40-yard line of Poquoson. Picked up, Brent, he picked up about 18 yards, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's the first seam that he has been able to get to today. The Islanders have been playing real tough on the defense, especially against the run.
We got Nelson out here really wide. My Lord, he is out
Becknell again, we got a flag, which is usually a holding call. The penalty is going to be at the, I can't see, we put that as a spot foul.
About 41, I think.
Yep. Holding against the Phantoms. And they shoot themselves in the foot more than one time, but that's, big penalty. That takes them back another 10 yards, takes them back, and they're in the field on the 49-yard line.
It's going to be first and 20.
Holding call pushes the Phantoms back into their own territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that is spot foul, so it could be a little more than 10 yards.
Well, the spot happened. It didn't even get to the line of scrimmage on the spot where he threw the flag. So
First and 20
like you
for
say,
the
the
Phantoms.
spot from the yard loss.
But you got to like the way the Poqouson is being coached. They have taught to not wait for the runner, but to attack the runner. And that's number 5, and that's Trey Hamlin on the you're out there by yourself. Though the defender was about 10 yards off to throw him the ball, and he picked up maybe 4 or 5 yards. Brings up a second and long. Looks like about 17.
5-yard gain on the play is going to make it 2nd and 15.
Another penalty is sure put a.
Now 2nd down. Back to pass again. Right, nobody there. He's going to run, and he runs out of bounds. Number 27 running out of bounds, and that's Chuck Hess. Chuck Hess, 5'10", 200-pound senior. Did not pick up the first down. Brings up a 3rd and 9. I thought that he'd be able to pick up a little more yardage than that because there wasn't but one guy there, and I thought maybe he could.
I had the angle on him.
Yeah, but
and
Elijah Nelson comes back in, and he'll be the wide out down here with Trey Hamlin.
2 strong receivers on this side.
And he was hit as he threw the ball.
As he throws, pass is incomplete.
And that was big number 70 in there. Leroy Young, 6'3", 240 defensive lineman. And that brings up a punting situation. And you got to take your hat off to the Islanders. They came out, made the stop. Of course, the penalty hurt.
Yeah.
The penalty is
They
what.
had a first down without that penalty.
Yep.
And penalties are shooting them in the foot. The officials all want. I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, nice punt. Nobody back. And the ball is going to be blown dead at the 15-yard line, but Poqouson put nobody back.
Takes the Phantom roll and is going to be marked dead at the 15-yard line.
Poqouson takes over with 9:39 to go in the 3rd quarter, up 14-7 over the Phantoms. Trey Hamlin will be back at quarterback. Let's see who he's got back there with him. Looks like he's got Kyle Poltney right behind him at the wingbacks. We've got Jackson and Freeman. And that's 24 getting the ball, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's Freeman.
Number 24, Dylan Freeman, the ball carrier.
Lost a couple yards on the play. Let's say it's 12 yards to go, 1st and 12.
Branch, number 25 for the Phantoms.
Play is brought in. Hicks, I'm sorry.
2nd and 12.
2nd, what did I say?
First.
Well, there you go.
But
I just
we'll
want to
give it
make.
to him again if you want
Well,
to.
I wanted to see if you were paying attention.
What am I supposed to be doing?
All right, Trey Hicks under the center. Hand off to the second man through, and he is stopped at maybe picked up a couple yards. Brings up a 3rd and long.
It's number 24, I believe. Yeah, that was Freeman. I think that picked up
Number
a yard.
22, Kyle Polton, in the ball
Freeman
carrier.
was then on the stop. I mean, was the ball carrier, picked up maybe, I'll give him 2 yards, 3rd and 9.
Number 42, with the assist running between the 5, Anthony Dabble.
All right, let's see if he goes. Mr. Hicks goes to the air. He's had some nice design plays, I'll tell you that.
Yes, he has. And he's receiver's done a great job of getting open. He's going back to pass, rolling to the right, throwing back to the left. And it was almost in.
It's pass interference on, on the offensive end.
Yeah.
For the Islanders, number 16, Cole Jackson. We have a flag on the play. Depending on the play, number 4, Decline Lewis.
Yeah, offensive pass interference is what you saw, and I believe that's what the call is going to be. And it's exactly what it was.
Because Phoebus man had a beat on that ball.
Well, you don't want him to intercept it. You grab him.
Might have been as good as a punt.
And they're going to decline that penalty because it brings up a 4th down and 9. So that brings up a punting situation, and the Colton Hicks will probably come in and kick. I've been impressed with this young man, left-footed kicker, just a freshman. Has done a great job, and I don't know what they're waiting for. I think the coach wanted a little bit of explanation on that, but it was obvious from up here that he grabbed the defender, so he couldn't hang on to the ball.
On the punt, Colton Hicks.
And there's going out of bounds. Oh, wow, that's not going to be a very good punt. Going to go down, clear inside the 30, Brent.
28-yard line, I believe.
Short field for the Phantoms. They need to take advantage. Well, one of the guys that doing the filming for Poqouson said that was one of the things that they talked about. Don't kick the ball to the deep man, but kick it away from him, and he did that time. Being left-footed, it's hard to kick it over here to the right.
Yeah, and he runs that way. It's a soccer-style kick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phoebus got 2 wideouts down on the bottom of the screen and one at the top, just right under center. Goes back, hands it off to the, looks like
33.
that's
Right,
the sophomore, Daniel Wright.
Number 33, Daniel Wright.
I don't know if he picked up anything or not.
Looked like he got back to about the line of scrimmage. Ball is still at the 32. Is that what it is? I'm sorry, the
27.
27.
28. There you go. They keep moving shadows. I got you.
Right, carry.
All right, Elijah Nelson bringing the play in.
2nd and 10. I got to give Poqouson, I've said it before, I got to give them hands up. They have put a stymie on that running game for Phoebus, and their passing game is taking too long to develop.
There you go.
Just couldn't find the ball. And that's number 5, Hamlin. He is upset. He thought he was held a little bit trying to cut to that ball.
Ball was underthrown. Ball was underthrown.
Depending on the play for the
Sometimes you want it underthrown. That was one time that you could have used it.
Well, the defender got turned around, the receiver got turned around, and by the time he focused, the ball was on the ground.
And that was Blazer, Matthew Blazer, back number 6, was back there defending on the play. So we have now a 3rd and 10. The ball is spotted at the 28. And I have to think that there's no way that the Phantom's going to kick a field goal or a punt from this position.
It seems to be confusing in Phoebus backfield. He's in shotgun. Pistol, as you
He's
call it.
on the pistol, you're right. And nobody picked up. I wish I get the pick up the number 70. I think was coming in there.
Let me tell you something. The coaches have got to, that was a loss of 10, 15 yards.
Now the ball is clear back at the 44-yard line, and now you will punt.
Loss is all the way back to
And this is
4-yard
young Mr. Tyler Nelson going to be punting.
I got to give credit to the Poqouson defensive coordinator. He is calling the right plays. They have had a man come free, and it's taken too long for the passes to develop.
Back in
Phoebus
punch
is going to
coverage,
have to
number
start
9,
getting
Colton
some
Hicks,
short
number
passes
24, Dylan
and breaking
Freeman.
this open. He can't be waiting for the long pass.
I agree with that. And then another ball goes right out about 14. Well, he's going to mark it at the 15. That's where the Poqouson started last time. 1st and 10 was 6:31, and Poqouson is just tickled to death because they've got the lead, they've got the ball, and the Phoebus Phantoms are looking shell-shocked.
Yeah, they're stymied. They just can't make anything happen. The passing game is not clicking.
Well, he's not getting time.
Right.
Nobody's picking up. At least one guy's coming without being blocked.
In the third quarter, 1st and 10 for the
All right, Trey Hicks back quarterback. We've got in the backfield with him Jackson, Pulteney, and Freeman. Peck and Blazer, the wideouts. And that was a nice run that time and a nice tackle.
24, Dylan Freeman.
That was
The hit face out of Phantoms, number 4, Daquan
Number
Lewis.
4, Daquan Lewis making the stop. And who was that run the ball?
Freeman.
No gain on the
Freeman,
play.
number
It'll be
24,
2nd and 10
no
for
gain.
the Poqouson Islanders.
Brings up a 2nd and 10. Number 12 split out at the top of the screen. That's Bailey Firth. Straight ahead, pick up a couple yards. That's number 30.
On the carry, number 32.
32, yeah, that's Hensley.
Number 6.
Making the stop. Number 62, Taquan Johnson for the Phantoms.
Making it 3rd down and 4.
Taquan Johnson, number 62, making the stop on it.
6 yard gain
Brent
on the
brings
play
up
will
a
bring up
3rd
3rd
and
and
about
4.
4. This is a big play for both of these teams. Defensively, the Phantoms got to stop. And looks like he
Islanders give it to
stopped
number
him.
24 on the carry, Dylan Freeman.
because he had to get, at least he had to get to what was,
Stop
Had to get, I
Daquan
think
Lewis,
he had
number
to get
4 of
to
the
the 30,
Phantoms.
25.
and they're
That'll bring
spotting
up
it.
4th down for the Islanders.
Yep, going to be 4th down, so it brings up a punting situation. You can't go for and give Phoebus another short yards.
Was that 24 that ran that?
I never saw it, Brent. I didn't get it. Colton Hicks in the punt again.
Colton Hicks on the punt, number 5 for the Phoebus Phantoms.
Phoebus got quite a break on the last punt.
Yes, they did not take advantage of it. And there he did, kicked it away. And Trey Hamlin did a great job that time of picking up about 6 yards to the 41-yard line. I thought that ball was going out of bounds. Nice kick by Colton Hicks.
Credit Charles Pulteney, number 22 of the Islanders with the tackle.
Well, here we go. 4:21 in the 3rd quarter, and Poqouson has pretty much
Ball is
kept
at the
Phoebus shut
Phantom
down, and when they have it, Phoebus has shot
1-yard
themselves in the
line.
foot with a
1st
penalty.
and 10.
Yeah.
4:21 remaining in the quarter.
All right, let's see what happens with Justin Wright. We got Hamlin in motion, and he's got the ball and picked up maybe 2-3 yards, close to the 45. Maybe they're going to spot it at the 44. He's 2nd and 7. Picked up 3 on the play.
3-yard gain on the play will make it 2nd and 7. Bringing them down, number 54.
32, Hensley in on the stop.
Poqouson is playing a strong front, and they pursue well.
Justin Wright under center. Hands off to Becknell, looking for a spot and can't find it. He's being drugged down.
Pick up about another 4.
Number 27 had him, Chuck Hess had him as he got there, but he's 3rd and 3.
On the tackle, number 27, Chuck Hess.
Elijah Nelson coming back in. I'm like you, Brent. I think he needs to go for some short, quick passes over the middle, little slants, stuff like that.
You can tell where the wide guy lines up to come out to pass. Just run the tight end out behind him. After he breaks toward him, just lob the ball over to him. Drag him. Let's see what it is he can do on this side. Now they have setting up. There you go. Now what? Timeout, I guess, Phoebus.
Well, you got to. You're almost to the point where you're going to get a delay a game. We got 2:56 to go in the third quarter. 14-7 favor of the Islanders. The ball is on the 48-yard line. We got 3rd and 3 for the Phantoms. They are in desperate need of a first down.
They need to create some offense. Make a statement here. They've had a couple of big plays.
And in the third quarter, in the James Monroe Hopewell game, it is all tied at 24.
It's been a game well played by the Islanders and not so well played by the Phantoms because they have shot themselves in the foot. They've had an interception and 2 fumbles.
Yeah, 3 turnovers in the first half, and just not quite on the money with their passing game right now. They need to start clicking, and they're taking too long to get the ball out.
Well, it's taking too long for the receiver to get open or to run his route or whatever it is, and the Islanders got somebody in his face the whole time. So he is back under center, him being Justin Wright, 2 wide out to the top of the screen. Hamlin in motion. And there's Nelson. What a nice play by Nelson. Wow. Nelson seems to may got a little nick on his ankle there, but
penalty marker on the play. Penalty is going to be against the Islanders.
we got a penalty, and he's saying
It is a roughing call.
roughing the passer. And it'll be from the point of where the play ended up, another 10 yards. So that's going to take the ball inside the 20 down to actually inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Phantoms from there with 2:49 to go in the third quarter play.
15-yard penalty.
Advance it further into their territory for the Phantoms. The 14-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Phantoms.
We'll see what he's going to do. Justin right under center, got Becknell straight behind him. Going to Becknell, going around off tackle, going right through and made the touchdown. Brent at the 14 yards.
Phantoms give it to number 11, Jamari Becknell, and he has
Wow, that was a big penalty. First time I've seen that the Phantoms have gone off tackle. They've been running more between the guard and tackle, and they went off tackle almost around in, and great job of blocking on that side. Now brings in Tompkins, number 90, to try the point after to tie this game up with 2:39 to go in the third quarter. It looks up good, but it looked like yep, it's good.
The kick is up and the kick is no good.
We have a tie game.
Pulled into a tie with the Poqouson Islanders with 2:39 remaining in the
now it gets
third
interesting.
quarter.
It took Phoebus 9 minutes and some change to tie this ball game up. I don't know if Poqouson was playing it close to the vest, but Poqouson's been able to keep a little bit in check. Let's see what flame gets lit in the Poqouson Islanders now, because starting all over again now, folks.
Well, let me tell you something. The hands of Elijah Nelson, that ball I thought was going to the other receiver. He came through, caught that ball, and had not the defender got him at the ankles, he would have been gone.
It looked like he drug behind what we thought was the intended receiver.
Yep.
Made a great
And I think even the coaching staff up here say, pick it off, because they thought it was going to the other guy. And that means young Mr. Stephon Tompkins, the senior, 5'8", 140, is going to kick off. And you get to hear the crowd on this side. They are getting excited.
Nice catch.
Yeah, that was number 9, caught that ball straight in.
Kickoff taken by the up man, number 9, Colton Hicks.
Number 9 is Colton Hicks, and this is a young man that punched the ball. Just a freshman.
Wide receiver.
Hey, I bet you he's a baseball player because he caught that ball like it was a line drive, didn't he?
He did that. If he didn't catch it, it was going to hurt him.
His brother, Trey Hicks, is senior quarterback, and not very often you get to play on the same team with your brother. And here, one's a senior, one's a freshman. That's really great.
Here we go. Let's see what Poqouson can put together.
Hicks has got the ball, hands off to number 24. Going around in, got some spade. Oh, fumbled the ball.
Fumble on the play.
It looks like Islanders got it. That was Dylan Freeman with the
Picked up 8 yards.
with the fumble. They didn't lose the fumble. That could have been a big turnover.
Yes, sir.
2 minutes and counting to go in the third quarter. Second and long 2.
Gain of 8 on the play for the Islanders. That'll make it 2nd and 2.
That sweep has worked a little bit.
Yes, it
Then
has.
sometimes it gets stuck. So
It depends on what the linebackers do. Here we go with the reverse. No, the fake reverse and nothing. He lost on that. What a great job of recognizing the fake reverse. Number 7 is right down on top. And that was number 15 that carried the ball that time. I'm sorry. 16 carried the ball that time. Cole Jackson and number 7 making the stop. Marlon Carter. Brent, we got to be thinking about offensive, defensive players of the game.
this is too exciting. It's too exciting. I'll tell you what a great game.
It has been a great game.
3rd down and 5, Bob.
3rd and 5, and Hicks under center. Lost a couple yards on that last one. Going back to pass. Going trying to take it up the middle and cannot get, maybe pick up about a yard.
I'll give him 2, I think. No, 1. I think you're right.
Hicks, last one to get up. The tackle that time would look like number 9 for the Phantoms, and that's Deshaun Pope. We have talked about Deshaun. We've talked about Trey Hamlin. We have talked about.
Watch the Trey play. Just watch it. I think it's too early to do it.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Come out so quick.
Keyshawn Battle Patterson's number 88. We've talked about him on defense. And it is. It's a pass play, and it is complete for a first down. You were right on the money, and that was Colton Hicks. And he's right-handed throwing the ball, left-footed kicking the ball.
The Islander pass is complete to number 6. Matthew Blazer and the Islanders have picked up.
And Matthew Blazer getting the reception gives the Islanders 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Number 21, Jonathan Gregory.
Sometimes you just got to take a gamble. You got 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. Your receiver was looking back into the sun, Brent.
Yeah, nice play. I just felt like it was time.
You felt right. And I don't think they're going to get another play off the end of the quarter. It's counting down 5 seconds. And fellas, that is the end of the third quarter of action with the score 14-all, with Poquoson with the ball in Phoebus's territory. And we got 12 minutes to go, barring overtime.
As we go to the 4th quarter.
It's on the 46-yard line.
I'm telling you, this has been a great game. I don't care what side you're pulling for. It's just been a great game. Well, you got a little bit of stats for me there?
Just in the second half, that was Poquoson's second first down. Just right there, that was their second first down.
And that was a 4th down conversion, basically.
4th down conversion, a 5-yard conversion. Poquoson's offense hasn't done a whole lot. Just taking the ball over on downs. Phoebus, on the other hand, Bucknell has put together 19. He's put together about 35 yards in the second half to give Phoebus a little bit of thing. And Wright is technically one. Let me make sure here.
Well, that one to Nelson.
Yeah, he's picked up 2. One 25-yarder to Nelson, and then a 5-yarder to Hamlin. So he's 2 of 4 in the second half.
All right, we're getting ready to start this 4th and final quarter of action right here in front of us. This is going to be hard for me to do, but I'm going to try. All right, 16 in motion. The ball comes back to the inside man on the handoff. And that's number 21 tackling 24. 21 being Jonathan Gregory tackling Freeman for a loss of, looks like about 2, Brent.
Yeah, loss of 2.
2-yard loss on the play will bring up 2nd and 12 for Poqouson.
Phoebus stayed home that time. You got certain keys, and the coaches will tell you, you got certain keys you want for the linemen or the backs, how they're setting and which direction they're moving and everything. And you got to watch your keys. Sometimes you forget, and that's when you get bit. Hicks going back for a touchdown, for a pass, and really went up in the air and caught that ball. Trey Hicks threw the ball to number 81, Brandon Peck, the tight end, 6'1", 195, senior.
18-yard pass.
And let me tell you something, he had time to throw that ball. No pressure on him. Great fake of the handoff that kind of froze the linebackers, thinking that they were going to do a running play. Let's see what Trey Hicks. He got Pulteney behind him. He's got the wing back on the left side. Pulteney gets the ball straight ahead, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage, but he picked up a couple yards.
Number 22, Kyle Pulteney on the play.
Pulteney is tackled by, looks like, 25, Aaron Branch, and Peyton Ryder in on the stop. Peyton, just a sophomore, played block and black last year, and I kind of liked him because he put a hat on somebody in a minute. He's gonna block somebody from that fullback position he played last year.
Somebody's gonna know he's there.
I can't.
Second and 8. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just do what we can do. 24 again on the handoff, but the linebackers were coming. And they were just a stack of them. Freeman is stopped and lost of maybe a yard. Or a half a yard. Anyway, it's 3rd and 9.
Backed up by number 88, Keyshawn Battle-Patterson.
And number 88 on that stop, Keyshawn Battle-Patterson.
Yard loss on the play will make it 3rd and 9.
Well, first time I've seen him in a huddle.
Well, make sure we get on the same page here. Hicks is back in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen. And it's the little bubble screen with a second pass. And it's
No flag. You got to be kidding me.
How could this?
There's no way that's an interference. There's no way. They're both looking up for the ball. That is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I knew something was coming. I knew it.
I'm just, if you're the referee, you got to go with what your people call. If that's that'll come back and it'll be 15 yards from the 25-yard line, take it down to the 10. And that's what he's going to call pass interference. And I'm like you, Brent. I did not see a pass interference. Holding is what he's calling.
Between those two.
And there was no, I didn't see a hold. But anyway, the ball is going to be spotted at, looks like about the 13-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for the Islanders from that point. And that's a big, big penalty against the Phantoms.
14-yard line, it'll be a first down.
Trey Hicks under center. '16 in motion, and he's going nowhere. Good tackle that time.
Get it to number 16, Cole Jackson. Tackled by number 4, Daquan Lewis for the Phantoms.
Daquan Lewis making the stop that time. Picked up nothing. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, there've been some mystery calls here.
All right, Trey Hicks back under center. He's got 22 in the backfield with him. That's Poultney. Wing back, got 1 in motion, straight ahead, and he picked up a couple yards.
On the carry, number 22, Cal Poultney.
Poultney with the carry, and he's tackled by, looks like number 27 for the Phantoms, and that's Shadarius Horn.
Make it 3rd and 5. Ready to stop to the Phantoms. Number 21, Jonathan Gregory.
We got 3rd and 6, but this is 4 down territory. But they do have a field goal kicker, so we may see a field goal attempt if he doesn't get the first down. Hicks under center.
Last time he went straight ahead on a play like this.
He's going back to pass, and he has to had to throw it way too soon. He was pressured that time by number 27, and as Shadarius Horn again caused him to throw that ball. That's the first time he's had to throw the ball before he was ready to throw, and I'm talking about Trey Hicks.
Right.
So we have 4th down.
Chick-fil-A's are going for $2. Chick-fil-A's are now on sale for $2.
We've got 4th down.
Got a
And
field goal attempt of
They're going to try the field goal attempt, and that's not a bad move. And
22 yards.
that's Chris, and he was injured one other time when they blocked one of his field goals. And that was low,
Here we go.
and it was got through there. That never got much more than the height of the bar. But there you go, 17 to 14 in favor of the Islanders with 7:45 to go in the final quarter here.
7:45 to go.
With 7:45 remaining in the game, Islanders go up by 3, 17 to 14.
All right, let's see how Phoebus responds.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hampton Police Department asked.
Well, that was all set up by that holding call that he, on that, and I thought, how can it be a holding? If anything, it was pass interference, and I didn't quite catch that call. But I'm not on the sideline, so I can't. And this is something Tim Cole said. The worst job in the world would be an official. He said, I wouldn't do it for nothing, for no kind of money. He says, because you're going to have half the people mad at you all the time. Every time you blow the whistle, half of them want to lynch you. You know?
And he had a good point. I've been watching that play develop over there. Two offensive man, defensive man running side by side. Could see no advantage gained by either one, and the pass was overthrown.
Yeah, it was not catchable.
It's not catchable. Yeah, I don't understand. It was out of bounds. So how does that happen?
All right, we're kicking off. Well, let's see if he's going to do the onside kick again. He's been doing the onside kick, keeping it away from Trey Hamlin. Chris is back to do the kick.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't around.
Camigligo, I think is where you pronounce his name, but I'm close. Oh, he's going deep to Hamlin. Hamlin's got it at the 5-yard line. Coming on this side, looking for a seam. Got a little seam. He's still going. He's still going, and that could go all the way. And he is going all the way at 7:29 to go in the fourth quarter. Phoebus scored on the no penalties, Brent. No penalties. 88. Brent, I thought he got it at about the 5. Yeah, it was, and regardless, it was a tremendous. He came back around to the right side and picked up some excellent blocking, and one guy had a chance at him, and it looked like it was number 10, Trevor Duncan, and he got blocked as he was trying to go. So now we have 20-17, and the Poqouson is going to, we got a stoppage. I can't see over here. We got the training staff down there. Somebody got injured, and I'm not sure who it is. It may be Hamlin, but the coaching staff, some of the coaching staff are down there, and also they're going to wait until he can come off.
It's number 5.
And that's Hamlin, Trey Hamlin. And how many times have we done a game where we had 2 Treys, Trey Hamlin and Trey Hicks?
But I just didn't see what happened there.
No, you got a better angle than I got.
They built the wall on you.
Yeah. They put a wall up here and expect me to see, so.
Trevor Donovan is up and being assisted from the field.
That is Hamlin, and not sure what his problem was, but he's walking off, and number 10, Trevor Duncan, is also being helped off, so we had 2 injuries on that play.
Well, this is a big extra point right here because it means that the person has to score a touchdown.
That's right. We got right now coming in is Stephon Tompkins. Now, we have seen him kick right-footed. We've seen him kick left-footed. And he's been pretty accurate. Number 15, Andre Jackson, is the holder. Great hands.
Here it is. This is a big extra point here.
Up and looks good. And it is good, 21-17 in favor of the Phoebus Phantom. That's the first time we've had the lead today, isn't that? If I'm not mistaken.
First time they've had the tie. First time they've had the lead.
21-17 with 7 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the game.
Didn't want to ask you a question I didn't know the answer to.
Well, you a lawyer now.
No, but I knew a bunch of them.
Well, that could be a problem right there. Oh, my.
Well, it's 7:24, 29 to go in the fourth quarter.
You got to take,
Got to read the dots.
yeah, where the dots are. And the sun has gone behind the clouds, so we have no sun right now in the eyes of any of the receivers or the quarterbacks or the runners. And that means that Stephon Tompkins is going to kick off for the Phantoms.
The thing about this is, with this much time, it's only a 4-point lead.
Yeah.
They're not in a rush. They need to drive the ball down the field methodically, get into the end zone.
They've got to.
Got to get in the end zone.
Well, because the field goal is not going to do them any good. You're absolutely right.
Of course, if they can get a field goal quickly, another one wins the game.
Well, it depends on the situation. Sometimes you got to go for the field goal if it's too long to go, but we'll see. The fans over here are standing up and they're very excited, and I think it's Elijah Nelson's mama down here. She got on number 10.
I would think so, or he's missing a jersey.
And that looks like Hicks again, Colton Hicks again, carrying that ball.
Ball coming out to about the 42-43.
On the tackle for the Randoms, number 22, Jeffrey Matthews.
22, Jeffrey Matthews making the stop over there. First down, looks like you're going to spot the ball at the 42-yard line exactly, Brent. And let's see what Trey Hicks and company can do.
Ball is going to be marked at the 42 of the Islanders. First and 10 from there.
Hicks is going to be back in the shotgun. Maybe he's going to start passing the ball. We got two wide outs down here at the bottom of the screen and one at the top. And he is back to pass. It had a lot of pressure, but now he's got a lot of room to run. He just runs out of bounds before he can get tackled. They're going to spot it at about the 47, 48-yard line. Picked up, well, pretty close to a first down.
It looked like it was a little shorter than that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the down marker. He picked up about 5 yards, a little over 5 yards.
Gains 5 yards on the play.
But the defender came in there, run him out of the pocket, but there was no support on that right side, and he was able to pick up, looks like almost 6 yards.
Phoebus man left his feet.
Okay, we got a handoff to this man coming around here, number 22, and he is stopped and tackled by Andre Smith, and that was Pulte, and he did not get anywhere after he made the turn. They're going to give him about a yard, so we'll call it 3rd and 7. Ball is spotted at the 49-yard line of the Islanders.
They've been successful with the little trail passes, Bob.
Yes, they have been. This is a big 3rd down call for the Islanders. Hicks is going to be back in the shotgun. And it's just a run all the way, and he's going to run to the first down, and that was a great call. It pulled everybody to the left side, almost like a sneaky reverse done by the quarterback, but Trey Hicks did a great job taking the ball out to the 46-yard line, picked up the first down. 6:26 to go in the contest. Right now, it does not look like we're going to have any overtime.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, this is a nice sustained drive.
Yes, it is. But you got to do it. This, you have no choice.
Hicks is taking it on his shoulders. That's 2 6-yard gains for him in this series.
And he's under center, hands it off to the, no, it's a fake, and then a quick pass to number 24, Freeman, and it was incomplete. Defending on the play over there was Daquan Lewis.
I'm trying to do paper.
That you're doing fine. A little silence doesn't hurt anybody. 6:21.
Boy, have I been told that before.
All right, Hicks back in the pistol this time. And it's just a quick swing pass to the wideout over here. Got to the 44-yard line, picked up a couple yards. Number 4 making the tackle. And that was number 9, right?
Yeah.
And that's Colton Hicks. They're using him a lot. So we got 3rd and 8. And big play.
It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Islanders.
Hicks has taken it on his shoulders the last couple of times to run out of the pocket.
Well, he is in the pistol. He's faking, and then he is running, throwing.
Okay, number 11.
He got the, oh, and they're going to give him the, boy, they gave him a great spot. They gave him an awesome spot.
Pass complete to number 81 of the Islanders.
First down.
For an Islander first down.
Oh, man.
Brandon Peck reels it in.
Yeah, ball is spotted at the 35-yard line of the Phantoms. We got 5:26 and counting to go in the game.
Boy, that was a nice spot.
Well, sometimes you get a generous spot, and that was definitely generous. Hicks back under center this time. Your first man through, your fullback, straight up the middle, well, actually going off guard a little bit to the right.
Islanders give it to number 32, Robert Hennessy.
That's Polney carrying the ball.
No, 32.
32, I'm sorry. That was Hensley. We got picked up about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Hicks back under center. Polteny getting the ball.
15 inside reverse, and he almost broke it.
And that was a great handoff because it looked like it was going to go to the left, and he went back around to the right, picked up the first down. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 18-yard line. And we got a timeout. And that is charged to
Have a timeout on the field.
Phantoms, I guess. Phantoms 2 timeouts to go, the Islanders 3. What a great game. I didn't see who called the timeout, Tim. Oh, Phoebus called that timeout. So that gives them 1 timeout to go.
Timeout is going to be charged to the Phoebus Phantoms with 4:30 remaining in the game.
Well, Phoebus has been known for years and years and years, and this year is in particular about their defense, Tim. But Tim, Brent.
Well, it's 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Ball on the 32, 4th quarter. Poqouson driving.
They're moving, and I tell you, I'm impressed with the discipline of this team. There's a lot of misdirection, and the Phantoms are biting on the misdirection.
Well, they seem to tie it down a little bit here going into this spread race. He's back for a pass.
Hicks underthrew, and that's his brother, number 9, Colton Hicks, just a freshman, but he's 6'1". He's about 3 or 4 inches taller than his older brother. But I had a chance to talk to the granddad, and they said that Trey Hicks really loves baseball, and that's where he thinks when he goes to school, that's what he'll end up playing is
Talking
baseball.
about the quarterback. That's
Yes,
his
Trey.
dream is
Yeah.
baseball. Well, he doesn't throw the football too bad.
No, he doesn't. There he's back in the shotgun.
He's back to pass again. He hit number 6.
Oh, number 6 is Blasner.
Looks like he picked up about 3 yards, Bob.
Well, and it was just a real quick look in, and that's one thing I like about Hicks is he really takes careful aim and hits the receiver right in the numbers for the most part.
Yeah,
unless he's been, like you and me, if we get
he got a good delivery, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. He
Yeah.
gives the ball to the receiver if he can handle it.
right. But here we go, just a nice fake
Inside reverse. Oh,
and-
my. That was number 16, I think. He picked up, looked like about 9 yards.
That
Bob.
Jackson.
Another first down.
Well, but you talk about misdirection. I looked the wrong way.
Steve down there still looking for the football.
Goal from the 5-yard line of the
Well, I'll
Phoebus
tell you
Phantoms.
what, this is such a good game. They're going to go down. Looks like they're driving, and we've watched them drive the ball the length of the field and score, and they've got a chance to do it again here.
Well, this is a Phoebus trait usually. They like to take the ball, grind it out. But
Yeah.
Poquoson's reversed it this game.
And here's
up to
number
22.
22 got the ball. That's Polteny. And
There's a fumble.
Looks like a fumble.
he said, no, it was down. And in any part of the knee or the elbow or anything is down, and you got to call it. Of course, if you're a Phantoms fan,
seem fair
you
to
say,
them.
hey, no.
Come on, man. We've been working all day. Don't start looking at the knees now.
Yeah, we got that ball.
Well, it's first down, Bob, at the 5-yard line.
Oh,
And,
man.
From the 5.
Well, that was.
Well, let's
No
see.
gain there.
Well, let's see what they do. And Hicks is going to looks like he's going to be back in the pistol.
He's got some help back there for protection.
He's
Number
got
24.
Freeman right there with him.
He's jumping around. Oh, he's nailed in the backfield, Bob.
And that's what happens when you've got people like Patterson Battle and big number 75 just put pressure on him. And if you don't have your wide receiver or your receiver open, that's what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
but you got to give Hicks credit, too. He didn't get crazy and toss it up in the air.
Right.
He still got him in scoring position.
Well, and that's what you got to do. You got to think, okay, the next play.
Well, that was a
you
loss
gotta
of
have
6 yards.
You really want amnesia. You want to forget about that.
All right, here we go, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, well, it looks like Poquoson's going to take a timeout.
Poquoson Islanders.
And I believe that's their 2nd timeout.
Well, it's 3rd and goal from the 15.
Well,
So,
and they were on the 5,
yeah.
so that 10-yard loss is a big loss.
Well, as you used to say, it's good, it's bad. It's really more bad that it gives them more room to operate.
Well,
if,
that's
if
true.
you want to take the scientific approach.
Yeah, but, you know, I don't want to be scientific. If I'm on the sideline
couldn't run
and I'm
15
coaching, you give me my choice from the 15 or the 5,
5.
I think so.
Because at our age, we can't walk 15 yards. And that's with nobody on the field. So here we go. It's 3rd and goal from the 15. You can see Phoebus in the huddle there. Talk about some of the coaches, Bob. Everybody seemed to be huddled in there.
There, everybody in there. But I tell you what, I like the way that Jeremy Blunt is working, and he's the last. He's in the kind of a gold shirt.
He'd like to put on a uniform right now.
I tell you, he was a pretty good linebacker in his day. Won the very first state championship Bill D did in 2001, Jeremy Blunt.
3rd and goal from the 15.
All right, we got Hicks in the back, alongside Freeman. Let's see what he does. He's trying to draw him offside, didn't work.
Flipped it up, it's into the end zone. Ball is tipped and it's caught, Bob. I can't see.
Wow, number 6 got that.
Yeah, that's Blazer right there.
Wow.
And talk about that, Bob.
Well, and you're a defender on that. You want to knock the ball down. They basically hit the ball and knocked it up in the air, and Phoebus scored. But, hey, that happens. I'm sorry, Poqouson. But they work on that drill, tip drill.
We watched both teams before the game. Tip, catch, tip, catch.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. And now they're going for the PAT.
So here we go. This is going to make it a 3-point game if he makes it, Bob.
Uh-oh. We got a stoppage, something. The referee says, hey,
encroachment on Phoebus.
Well, they're not going to take it. I thought they may try to go for 2.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
But if you do and don't get it, then a field goal.
Well,
win it.
This is a big point because
yes, it is.
This keeps it at least a 1-score victory right now. It's up.
Oh, and it's good. They're right down the chute.
24-21, Bob.
Ice vein in his vein. Ice in his veins. I mean, there was no doubt that he was going to make that.
Well, here we go. I've got a little over 2 minutes to go in the game, and Phoebus is now trailing by 3. The only time we've seen that this year is in which game? The Hampton game.
That's right.
That's right. And I think they lost that, 19-7? That's their only loss.
Well, and, I think a lot of people thought Phoebus is going to run over Poquoson. But you and I, we've watched Poquoson. We've talked to some, especially you, talked to Jamie Price. Right, yeah. And he said, this is a pretty good team. And, you look out there and I look out there, very disciplined.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing to me what a lot of people thought and were talking about, how this was going to be such a game. But you hit it right on the head. Poquoson is disciplined. They run a tight offense, and they know how to hold their defense. Phoebus has been surprised. Here they are down again with 2 minutes to go in the game. So how does this work out?
Well, let's go back and talk to Poquoson again. We're talking about discipline. That means that they do their assignment. And if the defense shifts a little bit, they make the adjustment. That's what makes a good team. And Poquoson, well coached. Well, here
we go. Gonna kick it off. Let's see if Phoebus can get any kind of a return out of this. The kicking's been so different.
Yeah. Well, number 30 is kicking off for the Islanders. A little pooch kick.
And Looked like a wrestling match. It's number 89. He brought it back to the 48-yard line, Bob. So it's 1st and 10.
And just all he needed to do, you got to make sure that you hang on to the ball. Because if you kick it short, those guys that get the ball aren't used to carrying it.
True. Yeah, but
so that's a whole other ball game.
If I used to play that position, I knew I was going to have to run far.
Right, we got
1st and 10. That's Bucknell.
And what's neat about, again, Bucknell on this team as a freshman, on Poquoson's team, on York's team as a freshman.
Well, he picked up 8, Bob, and make it 2nd and 2 to go for a 1st down.
Well, they got
Clock's ticking.
A little bit of energy here. They need to go. Bucknell again.
Got the 1st down.
Yep, and that stops the clock. Number 32 in on the tackle.
Looks like it's about on the 41. And
actually, I think that's the 39, Brett. We're going. Oh no, it's a 41. You're right. I was going the other way.
The receiver on this end took off a little quick.
And that was our Mr. Nelson.
Well, it's a 5-yard penalty. That's going to make it 1st and 15.
And now we're on the 46.
Yep. Go get him, Good Eyes.
Hey, I can count. 1, 2.
That's why I like football. They deal in 5s and 10s and 15s.
The most they do is 15, and usually we can keep up with that.
Back to pass. And he goes.
Yes.
Incomplete.
Number 4 for the
Phantoms.
Is incomplete.
Yeah, that was Lewis. He kind of went behind him a little bit.
Right.
And he wasn't able to keep it in his hands.
Well, it
looked like Wright might have been hit a little bit because the ball had a wobble to it.
You took the right out of my mouth. He was pressured.
Yep.
And when you can't step into that pass, then that really hurts you. We got to hurt.
Number 12 is
number 12 for the Phantoms, Andre Jackson.
He's down.
It looks like
a cramps.
Yeah. And that's a good thing.
I don't know. I get them all the time.
Oh, that's
I
better.
don't remember jumping out of bed and being happy about that.
Well, yeah, but at least you were able to jump out of bed.
Well, I was screaming. You know what I'm saying? Oh, help me. A lot of bananas, a lot of pickles. That helps
There
with the
you
cramps.
go. Well, it's good to see him walking off under his own steam. A little jog there, get that loosened back up. So now we're
back on the field. It's
2nd down.
2nd down and 15.
And Phoebus is ready to go. And you know that Justin Wright is going to pass.
Oh, he's let it go, boy. It's long. There's
Trey Hamlin.
Down at about the 4 or 5. What a time for the bomb.
Let me tell you. And we need to, if we haven't done the player of the game, we need to do that. And one of them, Trey Hamlin's going to get it.
Well, he's already run back one for a touchdown, and they just picked up 54 yards to get him in position.
Yeah.
Now, do they score a touchdown here, or do they kick a field goal?
Well,
they want a touchdown.
Well, you get a touchdown, you don't have to go anywhere. You win the game, and hopefully, with the time on the clock.
5-yard line.
You got to look right now is you've got to get the ball into the end zone. And Justin Wright looks like he's going back under center, but now
the Islanders.
Call
the timeout.
Hey, let's make sure everybody's on the same page. That's what the coach wants.
Right now it's 1st and goal at the 5,
yep.
And we're inside a minute. So Poquoson needs to. They need to get 3 out of it.
And my heart's going boomity, boomity.
Well, there's a whole bunch of people in that blue side doing the same thing. But Phoebus is not used to this position.
No. They have not been behind many games this year.
If it has, it's always been in the first half.
Well, but during the playoffs, they've trailed a couple times but come back. But this team, the discipline, I think, really has made the coaching staff at Phoebus think, well, this team is not to be taken lightly.
Well, I think they know that now, but the discipline, like you said earlier, everybody's where they're supposed to be. You got to beat them like Hamlin just did. He got behind the defender, but Hamlin's one of the fastest guys on the field.
Oh, man.
You can't take him light.
You don't want to kick the ball off to him. Okay, we got Holloway is the fullback, and he's the blocking back.
Nailed in the backfield.
And guess who that was? That was number 9, Colton Hicks, the freshman.
Back there to
the freshman. That shows you some guts right there.
That's a loss of 4 yards, Bob.
Oh, man, you had a 1st and goal on the 5, and now you're at the 9.
The 9-yard line.
But one thing that I didn't like about that, I like when Phoebus goes north and south. He went a little bit west that time, and nobody blocked Colton.
He just jumped. Once he saw the wide swing, I think he just left his receiver alone. It just jumped.
He doesn't expect Trey Hamlin to pass the ball.
Right. Good thought. Keep that in mind. You might want to talk to the coach.
Might want to?
You might want to talk to the coach.
Okay.
If they get through this one, bring it up to the coach. Hey, we watching the game.
And if he could pass the ball.
That'd be something. All right, here we go.
Is it 3rd down?
2nd down.
2nd down, that's right. If I look at the scoreboard, I'd get it. 2nd and goal from the 9.
Back to pass, rolling out.
Got pressure.
Going into the end and inside of the end zone.
Out of the end zone.
Yeah, number 8 got tripped by his defender. And he wants
saying,
to know,
hey, wait a minute.
Flag.
That's Andre Smith. He said, wait a minute.
If you can get away with that, that's great defense right there, boy.
Hey, if the official's not looking at you.
You got to be really good to pull that off.
A guy told me, he says, I got a ball player, it's not very big. And so I tell him to go in and grab the jersey. And when the guy starts to pull away, let go.
Hold him for that second.
Yeah, just, take away his timing.
Here we go. 3rd and 9 goal. 3rd and goal to go from the 9.
That sounds like a plan.
Back to pass again. Oh, he
just a little
hit
too.
the goalpost, Bob.
Yeah, it was. The ball was intended for Elijah Nelson, and we like this young man with great hands.
Look forward to hope to see him in basketball.
I do too. The coach says that he's coming back out. I hope he does.
Here we go. What's the decision going to be? They got to go for the field goal.
You got to tie the game. Go to overtime.
Yep. And here we go, our boy Tonkin. We like this young man.
No, I tell you, he can kick right-footed, kick left-footed. But
it's going to be about a 26-yard field goal attempt, and we'll see how the chance to tie the game up. We look like we're heading to overtime, Bob.
Yeah, that could be. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're going to call timeout, last timeout for the Islanders.
What do you call that, a freeze?
We're going to freeze him. And, it's pretty nice today. It's a beautiful day. I don't think he's going to get cold.
Well, I know I've said this earlier in the game. While we got this timeout, first of all, let me thank Dave Chubb and Terry McNamara and Tidewater Team Sports, 5950411. Please give them a call for any of your needs. They supply these T-shirts for players of the game, which we will be doing in this game also.
Yeah,
but both
give
coaches,
them a call. Yeah.
Both coaches have got to be ecstatic, especially Poqouson, to play this game like they've played it.
Right, and they're leading with very few seconds to go in the game.
And it comes down to Mr. Tonkin.
Now, this guy has kind of been
unique.
Yeah, I can get it in there. And I noticed the huddle, he was just kind of walking around, enjoying his little stroll.
Just having a nice day.
He wasn't because he knows his job. Hey, center the ball, good holder. And I just kick it up.
Kick is up.
And good.
It's
Look
good.
at that.
We have a tie ball game, Bob. Take us into overtime. Tell us what that's like.
What they're going to have to do in overtime is they're going to call them out. They're going to flip the coin. Whoever wins the toss gets their choice, ball or defer. Most of the time you want to defer because you want to be on defense first to find out what you got to do. And then you got 4 downs from the 10-yard line to score. If you turn the ball over or an interception, it stops. There's no run back on interception. You lost the ball. The other team gets it. They got 4 downs to get in, and if you're tied, you just do it again.
Usually, if nobody scores or the scores are the same after the first series, they reverse the position.
Right. Whoever played offense first will play defense first.
Okay.
But whoever is going to go on offense first, they also get to choose which end of the field.
Phoebus is getting ready to kick off to Poqouson. The one thing they don't want is a run back.
Oh, no. And, I don't look for Mr. Tompkins to kick this ball anywhere but on the ground.
Well,
Because you don't want to run back. You
don't.
want that ball to be flopping around out there, and they're trying to get it. And
You want to throw a flounder in the middle of the field.
I never thought of that. Hey, what do you?
Here he goes. Let's see what he decides to do, what the coaches told him to do. And he nailed it. Oh, my. That's the longest kick he's had this year.
Everybody was up.
Exactly.
And they were expecting the flounder.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the end zone, no run back.
Yeah, the receivers were around the 20-25 thinking he ain't going to kick it further than this.
No, and that was smart on the coach's play.
No chance of a run back.
They've got the ball at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, and not very – they got 80 yards to go.
I look for them to take a knee and get this into overtime. I've been wrong twice this year already.
And once was when you thought you were.
Well, the second time is when I apologize. I should never have done that.
Oh, who was that you apologized
I
to?
ain't saying.
Hey, you ain't okay.
They'll tell the story.
We're not going to talk about that.
All right,
here we go. And you can see he's just going to just take a knee.
Yep.
And let the clock run out, and we'll go into overtime.
Well, you've explained it, and here we go.
Well, one thing I want to do before we stop, I want to do a player of the game to the kicker, Stefan Tompkins. I tell you, ice in his veins, walked up there and kicked that ball just as no pressure on him.
Hey.
And you and I are amazed that he can kick it off right-footed and left-footed.
I've been watching football for a long time. I'm not as old as you are, and you've been watching longer than me.
That's true.
But I have. In this stadium that I've been going to since I was about 9 years old, the old stadium in the new, I've never seen an ambidextrous kicker.
Well, and now you have the soccer-style kicker. When you and I were growing up, it's straight ahead. Lou grows the toe, you run, kick it right straight ahead. Not so anymore.
No. Well, I even like the way Phoebus kicks their punts. They're doing that rollout thing now to the right side.
The rugby type kick.
That gives the kicker a chance to see what's happening, and the people, the outside people, to get downfield for the kick.
And that's Tyler Nelson. No relation to Elijah, but that is a weapon. That's a great weapon.
Oh, absolutely. And what Phoebus will do is they'll put 3 guys out to the right behind the line instead of in the middle. When the punt usually gets hit back, they close ranks and whatever. Now they stand to the right of the center. He catches the ball and runs over behind him.
Right.
So it's really neat. Here we go.
All right, we're getting ready to go to OT.
Yeah, trying to get the fans fired up.
Let's go,
day,
fans.
Bob. Pretty day.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
We got 58, Kay Carson, and number 60, Rakeem Saylor there standing on the benches trying to get the fans fired up. I want to get their names in there.
I'm glad you did. We're going to go and find out who's going to be on offense first and who's going to be on defense first. All right, here we go.
Well, we're looking at tape now, Bob. We didn't anticipate this overtime, so we're on the clock, so to speak. It's kind of like Jeopardy. You got 10 seconds to answer the question. I can hear the music in the background. There you go. Man, don't do that. I'll be hearing that the rest of the day. You shouldn't have done that.
Number 8 for the Phantoms going out there, and that's Andre Smith. He's going out to the center of the field along with number 7 for the, and that's Trey Hicks. And they're going to go to flip the coin, and the official says, I'm going to flip it. If I drop it, we're going to flip it again.
That's a great shot of Jimmy Mayhew. I've known the Mayhew family for 50 years. A lot longer than that.
He's older than you?
No, Jimmy's younger than me. His brother Bobby and I knew better. But they lived a couple blocks away from me.
Here we go.
Since it's a quarter.
And the Islanders won the toss. So they're saying, okay, we're going to play defense first. So that means
they get a chance. See what they have to do.
Right. They got the ball. They have 4 downs. And if we can stop them, all we have to do is kick a field goal. We got the game.
Phoebus has the ball, and they'll start, like you said, at the 10.
And they're going to go to the, the west end.
West end of the field.
I knew it was either west or east.
I got to say, for the most part today, while we got this second, officials have done a good job. We've known the Mayhew crew for a long time, and they've got a few changes in the playoffs. But
well, they get to do either a state semi or a state final this year. 2 crews, their crew and Bill Dozier's crew.
Between one or the other.
Well, both of them get to do.
Yeah, what I'm saying, but I don't know if they know which one they're doing yet.
No. I think Bill gets to say first because he's the oldest.
He's the senior. All right, here we go. We're setting up Poqouson in defense, Bob.
All right, let's see what happens here. Phoebus goes right to the line. And,
there we go.
He tried to pass when he had 1st and 5. And got thrown for a loss, so they're going to go with the pass. We got Holloway in the front.
It's handoff to Buck now. He's going on middle. Off right tackle, Bob. Looks like he picked up about 5.
And number 34 for the Islanders making the stop.
So that makes it 2nd and goal from the 5.
That's a big first down.
That's about as, I'm surprised they were able to go off tackle. I thought sure.
Well, yeah.
Poqouson would be ready for that.
Yes. I thought so, too. With
same
their
lineup,
defense.
Bob.
They're going to do the same thing.
Same play.
And he just cut it back to the left, and he was getting a little help.
He got 3 yards on that, Bob.
Number 58 says, hey, I'm Kai Carson. I'll help you out.
Well, he got 3 yards on that, so that makes it 3rd and goal from the 2.
And there he goes. He just scored. He went right off tackle, and here we have the extra point.
Ran the same play 3 times, Bob. And we haven't seen him do that at the whole game. I think it surprised Poqouson.
Up and through. There you go, Tompkins. He's deserving of that player of the game
He got a T-shirt. There ain't no problem about that.
All right, now we come right back with the
Poqouson's opportunity.
Yeah, and I want to let the fans know that we had a technical difficulty, and now you don't hear the fans. And
that was number 24 He picked up 4 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 6. Number 16 just took that play and lost a yard.
And here,
3rd and 7. He's back. Hicks has been tackled in the backfield, Bob. He's thrown for a loss of 5 yards. So that's going to bring up 4th down and about 16.
And here we go.
No, it's about 12. I'm sorry.
4th down.
And 12.
And here Hicks, he's got a pass.
Into the end zone. It's tipped again, and it fell on the field.
I'm telling you, we got to wrap this up, but I want to thank Steve Fry, Brent Musgrove. I'm Bob Hintz. What a great game. Thanks for tuning in to LSC. Good afternoon, everybody.
See you next time.